Mad Max Miramar for 2 more games out of our total of 3 to close out phase 3 of PUBG Europe Contenders, Cormac. Slowly but surely, this man tries to number crunch as much as possible to work this all out before we get our standings, and it is so difficult because you're literally just playing around with 1, 2 numbers, points, not understanding where it's going. Finally, though, InsideGames will break the 300 mark, and 3D Max have now even overtaken Unity. You're losing out on money, Unity. You're slowing down.
But credit to InsideGames, they're now only 18 points behind PG 18, but let's revert down to the bottom half of this table. Northern Lights, they've held on to that 12th place. They now have a 13-point gap ahead of Jokers, but BLT, BetterLuckNxTime, they're close behind. YMCA are in 15th on 212, and Team Moops, they're only 3 points behind YMCA now. So they are definitely a lot closer to at least overtaking the likes of YMCA, BetterLuckNxTime, and Jokers.
There's an opportunity there. It could happen. It's better than finishing in last. Why the hell not?
Like, they're only 23 points ahead of Northern Lights. When you consider how down and out they were towards the mid part of last week, speaks for itself.
Also, you're never allowed to talk about BetterLuckNxTime and say BLT, because now I'm just thinking of a sandwich.
Yeah, I know. It was kind of because I right on a short notice BLT. Like,
I'm like, I could do with eating. I may have had a McDonald's before this, but I'll have a BLT as well. Why not? Just give me some more food.
Oh, man. But now we see this first Miramar game. The playing trajectory more on the westerly direction, going from south to north. So we have a lot of teams landing quite close together overall. And this phase 1 circle is kind of normal. It's a little bit down south, but a lot of key areas able to be held on to. What is very interesting is that InsideGames have not gone anywhere near Los Leones. They've gone towards the ToWzErA, or ToWzErA should I say, with Northern Lights and Milky Way very close to them.
I kind of like this circle, though, because we've got one that's gone over towards the west, but without too much of the cut-off where you can't actually go.
Yep.
So this is a lot of playable land within it. PG-18 have opted to go away from Impala, given where the plane was.
I like it.
And now they'll find themselves towards Los Higos if they want to have that location. They now know where this circle's going to pop. They've got BetterLuckNxTime near them, but they'll have good information that they are the furthest team down south.
It's going to be tough for these teams up north, right? Because you have that dead area in Los Leones that nobody wants to go near. So that's that kind of eastern area of the circle, or the southeasterly direction, which nobody really wants to rotate into unless you really have to. The north of the circle is already occupied by the likes of Quick Math, Team Moops, Unity, and Airstation Mike, and even YMCA are a little bit further down south from them. So it's very hard for the likes of ELGIG and Last Crew in particularly.
I'm still envisioning in a world where BetterLuckNxTime can just have some way they jump up into top 12. Could you imagine that, to go from 16th to 12th on these final 5 games? That would be some epic comeback.
It would be. They can do it.
There's definitely enough points. Like, we've seen it. And remember, it was Miramar where we started to see them actually do better.
Yeah.
Like, so much better. And I mean just in individual fragging out and killing that they're able to do. There's Northern Lights. Well, a few bullets coming their way. Deep's been tagged up quite heavily. Solar wants to be wary, though, because we can see that OK Bro is looking over this hill line, and Noki might not have spotted him. They saw Deep, but Solar pushing forward. He has to be aware there could be more Northern Lights players around him.
Northern Lights have to play so
passively. Oh, from the side,
wow.
Spiro. That was really nice. Noki took a few more shots and then has to back away. No chance in there for him.
I like those cover shots coming out from Spiro to give OK Bro a bit of a space to rotate, get a little bit closer. Deep is now in that garage compound across the road. As I said, Northern Lights, realistically, they do want to play pretty safe in this game, right? Because all they need is a 4 or 5 points from placements and a couple of kill points just to hold on to that 12th place spot.
Now for Airstation Mike, good first game on Erangel. You got the kills away there with it. The second game was rough. It was a tough one for them. They went out in 15th place. Now this is where they need to bring it back to full strength for these guys. And Miramar has been a home-style map for them. This is where they've had a lot of success.
Group stages, they ran away from a point in Miramar compared to any other team. They got multiple chicken dinners. In the final stage, they've looked strong in Miramar, but not as strong as they were in group stage, and a little bit closer to as they did in Erangel. That's just because the teams in the final stages are generally, just that kind of higher skill, so they're going to catch out in being out of position. So Airstation might were punished at times on their rotations. But let's see what they can do in this game. Is YMCA. They're in the center of the circle. They have Quick Math to the north of them. Past Power Grid. And then down south you have the likes of Tempest. All of those teams are so close in the center.
They didn't want to stop for the crate. Interesting. I'm just watching, waiting for it to happen, and they just drive straight on past. Maybe one of the other two members of their team that are coming on after will be able to take it. But 3D Max, first of all, it was Northern Lights. Now it's on to MOOPHEUS. Reggie's been knocked down, and he's instantly finished off, but it's Aaliyah from Tornado that's able to steal that one away. And that makes 3D Max realize that we're not the only ones dealing with this party. There is Tornado close enough by to do some damage, and we have to be wary of that as well.
Not just Tornado. You have Northern Lights. You have YMCA. You have Tempest. A cluster of teams. Even BetterLuckNxTime are looking to join in on the fun close by. As Unity, they are making their way in quite nicely from the north area of this circle. You see it right in front of your eyes. PG-18 have plenty of space. Airstation Mike have those compounds outside of Picado. ELGIG coming in from the northeast. Jokers coming in from the northwest past El Pozo.
And PG-18 down in the south, working their way up. They knew they were the final team down, so they don't have to worry about anyone coming up, sneaking behind them just yet, unless someone wants to go for some crazy long rotation, which is a possibility. But PG-18 is smart enough to keep their eyes and wits about them at all times. But as they work their way up north, they'll just be clearing every single section out until they see or hear another fight going on, and then they can start to engage with it.
It's quick math. They've Unity to the north of them. They've YMC to the south. They're in a bit of a 2-2 split for now. It's risky, but it can work out in Miramar. You got to respond very quickly, especially with the fact that all of these teams are very close to each other. The good thing is that there's very little chance that any of these teams are going to, let's say, push in on the compounds that they hold on to. But the rough thing is that if one member gets knocked down, it can cause that push from another team to drive in and get 2 of those kills, leaving you down to just 2 members. But for now, it's going to look good as Jokers rotate in from the west. Going down the path, going down this road as last crew. They're still not inside the circle. They're in very north.
Typical of last crew, though, whether it's boats on Sanhok or just taking vehicles on long rotations for them, they do like to play the edge of the circle. That's where they feel most comfortable. They're not trying to fight for that center spot. Doesn't bode well for them to do that. This phase 1, it's not a problem for them to take this. But they'll probably take the same route as Jokers, which means they could link up soon enough.
Yeah, it's still going to be tough by last crew, but they're no means are they out of the woods.
Now, this kind of area of the map, like you said, is very contested. We started with 3D Max versus Northern Lights, then Tornado got involved. Now BetterLuckNxTime are also there, and MOOPHEUS as well. Wanderer, though, down on the ground, instantly taken out by DP. Milky Way looking to secure an extra point here, and there's no one even close. No one will be coming to save the day. The Wanderer will go down, wandering out to his death this time around.
Recurrent, why are you following in suit? Be a little bit careful there, PG-18. They are avoiding Milky Way, but they're heading right into the path of Northern Lights and InsideGames. Being down to 3 members this early on, it's not too good. How is phase 2 going to shift up? Is it going to be a hard shift? It's going to central quite nicely. I'd say pretty much 14 out of 16 teams are inside circle.
Yeah, only ELGIG and Last Crew will be excluded. A few other stragglers from Quick Math will wake their way in, no problem. But this is where lots of battles will start to happen. For PG-18, you fought to get inside the middle. You lost a player. You're still split up. Deez and Recrent and Ubica down in the south. They need to work out what they want to do here. For them, it's not a problem. They're still up in first place. But InsideGames prove that they're still chasing them for it.
They should have stayed down south in my eyes. They have it all to themselves. They could have spread themselves out quite nicely and put pressure onto the teams up in the north area and push them back quite nicely. Could even have stolen a couple of kills, but they choose the path that they choose. Airstation Mike are looking to actually head down south so they could have a bit of a swapsy between themselves and PG-18. But now Aaliyah, Moon, is going to come out one-on-one. Moon is in that compound. Aaliyah realizes that it's not really worth it, but is he going to pay the price? Or is he going to survive? It seems like he's going to survive for now.
One thing I'll say, right, we really bigged up Moon and DeBoom at the beginning for Jokers.
Yeah.
But they've then struggled to frag out as much when it got to this final stage. A lot less of the individual skill being able to be shown up, needed a bit more teamwork.
I think it's because they've evolved their playstyle a bit, and that's allowed for the TheTab and Set to stand out as well in their own position, in their own ability to frag out. And look at this, like Jokers are as a four-man team, and when you compare that to the start of the final stage, hell, the start of the group stage, it's a huge evolution.
Well, is it going to be evolution enough to see them sit within this top 12, though? That's the problem for these guys, because currently sat in 13th place behind Northern Lights. And Jokers I definitely would have put in there making it through. I thought they were in such a good spot.
Yeah, but again, they're the only team that have yet to get a chicken dinner, right? And that is always going to speak for itself. Yeah, of course, getting 4 chicken dinners like YMCA, it does hurt them, but...
No, I don't think the chicken dinner matters at the end of the day, because it's more coming down to the actual staying within top 6, top 8 of placements in games and getting the kills alongside it. We've seen that work out for teams. We see that being a much better way to go. Yes, you want every win because it's an additional few points, right? The difference between second and first just in the points outside of kills is 4. But for teams that are consistently within top 8, like Airstation Mike throughout Group B, they proved that. They had maybe 5 or 6 games outside of top 8. Everything else was within it, and they were loving life.
Yep. And even PG-18, they're lying on top of the leaderboard, and they've only got 2 chicken dinners. And they only had 1 up until yesterday. So you do have a very good point from that point of view. I just think from a mentality aspect, job done.
Long range spray coming out here from DeBoom. Rip being tagged up. He's got the 4 times, able to do a hell of a lot of damage with it. DeBoom does pick it up. Will they be able to finish him off, though? Good awareness from DeBoom. You saw him look over to the left to make sure no one else was trying to challenge him. Mucky has been spotted out there, and Milky Way are also going to be coming in to take shots at Last Crew. They are pinned down completely here from 2 different angles.
We did see the phase 3 shift a little bit down south with ToWzErA. I don't know why I keep saying ToWzErA. It's just ToWzErA.
I'm just adding everything on.
Yeah, I don't know why. Hey, it's Miramar. Everything pretty much has a la in it anyway. But ToWzErA very much in the circle. Could we have that bit of a city finish, so to speak, with all those compounds, or will it shift up north either way? We have Airstation Mike occupying the high ground down the south of it. ELGIGANTEN gone directly into ToWzErA.
Oh no, Sakura ends up knocking himself, and Anuctiv is just trying to finish him off. But Hanny's able to provide some shots. Anuctiv, you stayed still for far too long, and now you're running away. Try not to get tagged up one more time. Sakura's actually taken down by Zampeek of InsideGames, so that'll be an additional kill for them. See them try and get higher and higher up on these placements, get closer to PGA-18 for that first place.
As Tornado Energy, they're getting closer to 2 members of Jokers. It's a 3 against 2 for now, but the Boom and Tab are close.
Oh.
There you go. Grenade pops out. Doesn't quite connect onto Moon. As example is a little bit further ahead.
They're trying to make it work. But it's going to be hard to break this one. It's good positions from Jokers. Sets jump down. He's spotted Combo, who has a nade pinned. He's trying to cook it, but it bounces off. Oh, that is so unfortunate. He thought he had that ready. He thought he had it on the money, but the nades come out, and Jokers, they destroy Tornado. Nades galore.
Moon, You said he wasn't standing out. I think he just proved you wrong, James, with that grenade. Wiping out 3 members of Tornado Energy just like that. We lose our first team. Less than 15 minutes in. Joker's popping off. That's what sticking as a 4-man team does to you. It gives you that extra level of either advantage or equal setting against these teams.
Credit where credit is due, because Tornado wanted to push on that, but they just couldn't get the angles. You saw them throwing the nades up in the buildings. It was the moment Joker's jumped down on the floor that caused them a whole world of hurt. Now, Unity and YMCA have been going back and forth here. A lot of players on the ground, and Orange is trying to heal himself back up, but they all need to try and avoid taking this blue damage. We're at phase 3. It's not the end of the world. Orange is going to come around and finish off a few of these players. He's trying to keep Snoopy up and running with it. Kajuti is there and could try and save the day a bit if he wanted to, but at what cost will it be?
Well, you also have InsideGames popping off to try and put pressure onto both Unity and YMCA. You also have Hawkeye, the final member of Team Oops Up. Unity were popping shots off in their direction, took a couple of players down. You have Deep is away from the rest of his team. The circle is shifted away from ToWzErA, Northern Lights, Tempest, PG-18, as well as even ELGIG hold on to the compounds inside the circle.
Kajuti is just waiting outside. Look, he's on the edge. He's sat there saying, do you know what? I can wait this out. It's not a problem. Yeah. You guys come for me. And remember, it's Unity that are in the blue. They're the ones taking damage. It's now phase 4. It's not a joke. AK Skills. They go down at the hands of Odstring. And, well, Odstrelovac, he manages to take down Orange from afar. So that's 15th place for Unity. This has been a terrible day for Unity so far.
Well, they have gotten a couple of points.
Well, 15th, then a 13th, and now another 15th. Okay, that is not Unity performance.
No, it's not indeed. As YMCA, they go down in 13th place. Not looking too good for them as they find themselves in 15th place overall. Could we see Team Oops overtake them? They are getting further down from the top 12, making it harder heading into these final 2 games. But this game goes on. Jokers, they wiped out Tornado Energy a couple of minutes ago. Now they turn their attention onto the likes of BetterLuckNxTime, 3D Max, even Milky Way joining in.
Milky Way going to try and play this smart against Jokers. Jokers, they need to have more success in this. Time for them to step up. But BetterLuckNxTime, it's Fate again. I feel like I'm constantly saying his name when it comes to these fights.
Maybe it's Faith. I'm sorry. I'm disappointed in myself, but I'm sorry.
Maybe it's Fate.
Oh, God.
Fate by name, Fate by nature.
There you go. It's Joker.
What that?
Down to 50.
No, that doesn't make... There's something wrong with that, because I'm so confused now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but you automatically look right without taking in the bigger picture, and it was the camera was right panned onto Jokers.
So what? Wait a second. What teams... We've had Tornado go out first, then Unity.
Yep.
Then YMCA?
Yes.
So who went out in 13th?
I don't know.
What? Something's going on with this. Fuck. So messed up.
Christ. Okay. I'm interested in figuring that out. Either way, we'll find out in due time. As we're 80 minutes in.
I don't need this kind of confusion in my life. Not when we're at the final stage and it's the last few games. We're trying to crunch numbers and points and see who's going to do well. And now I'm confused of which teams have actually gone out.
Oh, this is absolutely awesome. And now Jokers are flanking around. Team Oops go down in 12th place. We at least know that much.
Good. That's always a positive. What's not so positive is Moon getting shot down in the back. His teammate unable to get the refrag in just yet. The boom trying to come from the high ground. Set was able to help it on a little bit more, but Noki, he's just like a turret. He's hardly had to move. He's just waiting for the players to go in front of him and taking them down. He finished off the boom straight away. Now he's going to do the same to Set. And Joker's out in 11th. That is not what they would have wanted. And 3D Max reigns supreme.
That was not a drill. I repeat, that was not a drill. Joker's going down in 11th place, 10 teams up. Airstation, Mike now outside the circle on the south as our ELGIG. You have PG-80, Northern Lights, InsideGames in the circle, as well as just about a little bit of quick math. But the battles are all on the west side because you have BetterLuckNxTime, you have 3D Max, and you have Milky Way, although Milky Way are rotating more towards the southwest direction.
Look at the damage that BetterLuckNxTime can do from here. The problem they have is they don't want to get stuck for too long because they're now going to have to work their way downhill. ELGIG coming onto Airstation Mike. Airstation Mike, we spoke about them having good success on Miramar, but not this time around. ToWzErA runs on up and seniks is there.
He's got to hold on. Wait for the rest of his Airstation Mike team. But it's going to be 4 against 3, right? Because Airstation Mike have already lost a member. The grenade is being aimed up by Odstrelovac already. But the headshots come through. seniks, Wookie Bookie joining in, putting the hurt onto InsideGames.
InsideGames now find themselves in a bit of a pinch between Airstation Mike.
PG18 also hurting Airstation Mike.
Everyone's having a pop. If you step outside, you got bullets flying your way. ToWzErA, how does he want to deal with this? 3D Max eventually do go down. They were fighting for quite a while. They only had 2 members left alive after they won the previous exchange.
You said BetterLuckNxTime could put the hurt on them, and yes, they did indeed. The revive will come through on the fake. That'll keep Airstation Mike as a 3-man team. Will seniks be able to be revived with that smoke grenade? Yes, it will indeed.
Do Airstation Mike want to push on this just yet? They're also scared to move out of the buildings. There's smoke down, yes, but it's the moment you step into the open, many teams will be able to take a look at you. Quick Math could even come into this as well. They're only just starting to rotate their way in. Jupesig manages to take down Marcelek, but the kill is stolen away by Recrent. PG18 still in it as well, and they don't need to have massive success, but they just want to hold on to that first place. They've got InsideGames on their backs right now.
Do you want to point out BetterLuckNxTime? They've looked very strong so far. Yes, they're being put under pressure by Tempest right now, but they took down 1 member of Northern Lights just a minute ago. They did get the better of 3D Max. Yes, they need as many points as they can get. They want to get into the placement points alone, never mind getting all those kill points. If they can just starve off the pressure from Tempest for now, they should be looking pretty good. We are getting into this phase 6. Where is it going to go? Is it going to shift down south? Is it going to stay up north? Will it be in the favor of Tempest, or will it go in the direction of PG18? It's going to go a little bit in between, but more so in the favor of PG18.
And both Airstation Mike and InsideGames are still included in this. Odstrelovac is the only one who's still stayed in that position. Pixelix and seniks have decided to run all the way further back with Zampeek alongside them, which means they're still inside the circle. They can provide some fire up to the Airstation Mike players, but if pressure comes Odstrelovac's way, he's going to massively struggle.
And there's no way Pixelix and the rest of the and seniks can go anywhere near Odstrelovac because Quick Math are also on the high ground overlooking Airstation Mike InsideGames. Hell, even PG18. I've seen 1 member was knocked down, but was revived up. Quick Math have got to be a little bit careful though, James. They can't expose themselves too much.
ToWzErA finally able to deal some more damage onto InsideGames, but it's only a knock to start off with. Zampeek, well aware of what's going on. Nades coming out towards them. Tempest starting to push on. Zampeek trying to land the headshots. More grenades go up. Damage being done. ToWzEra's also taking shots at them. Tempest has completely pinned them in. And Airstation Mike are providing long-range fire on their backs. Zampeek trying to hold on. He's spraying away plenty of bullets in that gun, and he's trying to make it work the best way he can. But is it going to be enough? He's low on health once again. He may have been able to take down 1 member of Tempest, but the remaining 3, it's going to be far too hard.
I know Clib is coming in with a grenade, which is overall calculated play from Tempest, but credit where credit is due to Zampeek. InsideGames go down in 9th place, leaving 8 teams up. BetterLuckNxTime. They were able to survive against Tempest. Tempest turned their attention on towards the likes of InsideGames and Airstation Mike. Airstation Mike did lose fake, but still have Jazza and ToWzErA upstanding. Oh no, 4 members in 1 building. Oh, come on.
Luckily,
guys.
2 outside. My God, that could have been devastating. It's a waiting game. The number advantages were BetterLuckNxTime, but they don't seem to be fully aware of it. Spiro's even dropping out a flash. Won't be able to do too much. As DP picks one off through the window. So Milky Way, good eyesight's on them.
And another knockdown coming out from DP as well on the Fate, putting more pressure on the BetterLuckNxTime. They face so many harsh battles in this game so far. Tell you who's facing another harsh battle. That's going to be Tempest. Wookie Bookie avoiding that grenade. Quick match pushing on through on the north-easterly side of this circle. But Kizik connects onto Perfectix, but Northern Lights respond very effectively on both Better Luck and Milky Way.
Fate needs to jump in there and try and do something huge. Perfectix still on the floor. Tempest now massively under pressure. Wookie is the only one still standing, and Quickmath are there. Jupsig further away. Encelensa going down could be the difference maker in this. Wookie trying to smoke him up and help his teammates out. Belch is behind the burning car. He can't see any of this.
Honestly, if I was Wookie Bookie, I would have gone a little bit into blue zone around the edge of that hood and have surprised Pelsage. But either way, it is what it is. Better Luck next time. Go down in 8th place, unfortunately for them, but they did get a couple of kill points. That one placement point will help their cause a little bit.
By the way, the reason Wookie would never have done that push is because it's phase 7 at that damage. He'd take far too much to go around.
Fair.
Yeah, if it was like phase 4 or something, it's definitely worth it. But if he takes too much damage, all it would take is one headshot from the other member he's trying to challenge, and he'd lose.
Yeah, that does make sense. What was looking good for Quickmath has totally turned to dust as they get taken down in 7th place. We have seen ELGIG go down in 6, 5 teams, 14 players. Airstation Mike still 2-man team. That revive will come through because they're still inside circle. But Northern Lights, Milky Way, okay, bro, looking for the spray on demand. Not quite finding it for now, but will at least confirm that kill.
And that's what it's about, not allowing some of these kills to be stolen away from you. The final 2 members of Milky Way running away, but they're getting shot at by PG-18. It doesn't matter where you look or where you turn. There's plenty of bullets coming their way. Okay, bro, around the side, spraying them down, and that's the way to do it. Milky Way out in 5th. And okay, bro, he's not done yet. He is well aware that his team need all of these points, and they're in one of the best positions here. 3 still alive. The only ones that can really challenge them with that is PG-18. Airstation Mike somehow still with 2 players, still in this location as well, which is impressive.
Miramar, baby.
They've had about 4 different teams come at them.
They've been helped because they've been taking each other out, right? But they've kind of stayed safe while still being aggressive in their own area and pushing the teams back. But as Northern Lights are the gatekeepers on the west side of the circle, they're also looking to be the gatekeepers of this top 12 by racking up as many points. Hell, even going up into 11th, potentially 10th, pushing these teams ahead of them back down as they look to pop the shots off in the direction of Airstation Mike. Tempest is there, Wookie Bookie's down to low health. Clib has that mini 14 ready to pop those shots off. But PG-18, yes, they're not in the circle, but they do have the high ground having to rotate down.
Deez is the one going further forward.
Yep.
He's going to grab that position behind the rock potentially. And also have the ridge line to work behind. He's got cover fire from his teammates for now, and then they can all join back up. That's the smart play to have here.
Definitely.
And that actually puts them closer to being center to this new circle than anyone else within it.
And they have a bit of a mini valley, right? That road, yes, it's in the open, but when you have dips on each side of it and the teams around you as they are positioned, it gives such prime view for PG-18 to hold on to a nice area inside the circle. What is going to be hard is for Recren to get across the road. He's going to try and time it as good as possible to get in and join the rest of his PG-18 team, because now more than ever it's important to stay as much of a team as possible. If they can go 3-man strong, it will look good for them coming into final circle. Phase 8 joining up into phase 9. Where is it going to center up?
Spiro took a few shots there, and then was tagged up by Tempest when he was trying to deal with the PGA team players. It's choosing your battles wisely is what it's going to come down to. And who wants to strike first? ToWzErA, he goes down. He's instantly tried to make it through. Jazza's the next one to try it for Airstation Mike, but is it going to be enough? Deez needs to try and confirm that kill, and that's exactly what he does. Because there was more nades coming out there from both Tempest and Northern Lights to try and steal that one away. Jazza narrowly making his way through, but the moment he does, Deez is on top of it, and Airstation Mike will grab a 4th place. Not bad at all. And considering they only had 2 players for quite a while there, it's not bad whatsoever.
Not at all. And now Spyro finds Clib, confirms that kill, putting Tempest down to just Wookie Bookie left standing. And now it's a 3-man Northern Lights team going up against a 3-man PG-18. Of course, that final member of Tempest.
Wookie just desperately wants these guys to fight it out.
Yeah.
He's like, please, leave me alone. I will just stay here and chill. That 2nd place sounds good. You guys, go for the big firefight. Play your big game, and I'll come in at the end and see what I can do. He's seeing it.
Bookie.
Oh, spotted out by Perfectix. The shots are landed. Wookie has to hit the one shot with the bolt if he wants to make that happen. But it wasn't meant to be. Now we've got the 3 versus 3. Nades coming out towards Yubica. He's still got health here. Perfectix spraying down onto him. There wasn't much he could do. He was running out of cover. But Deez is able to chime back into it. He's able to spray him down, but is he able to finish him off? Perfectix still trying to run away. This is absolutely huge for Spiro. Why are you not providing cover fire just yet? Perfectix trying to push onto it still, but Deez able to use this ridge line oh so well. He's not done yet, and he knows exactly where Perfectix is. OK Bro's trying to get close to him. They want to be able to bring the revive back in, but it's not going to be possible just yet. A headshot's landed and Deez is doing all the damage. He's doing all the work and only has one more player to find. Can he get it done? Because his teammates aren't even needed to help him out just yet. Spiro now under pressure, don't know where to look or where to turn. Deez comes to finish it off and an 8-kill win for PG18 on Miramar.
That end game all came down to Deez with his aggression to put so much pressure onto Northern Knights one after one. And at one point I was thinking, where's Recruit in this?
Yeah.
Yes, he was getting the revive up, but come on, it's the final phase. Don't worry about it. Just push on through, because if it was any other team, nothing against Northern Knights, they would have punished Deez. But Spire seemed to be out of the loop as well, and that's what gave a bit more freedom for Deez to be as aggressive as he was in the final moments of this game. What a game on Miramar. Man, crazy stuff. Some teams working out on top. We had Tempest coming out in third, getting those 4 kills. Airstation Mike, they got 6 kills in 4th place, so I think that will put them in double digits. So it's a good game for Miramar for them.
I got to say, though, that like you were talking about that ending just then, very smart there from Deez. He was able to play that ridge line really well. Spiro could have taken him down multiple chances, but Spiro was looking over towards Recrent and the other members of PG18. But I just feel like it was one of those chaotic communication situations where Northern Lights thought they could finish it off. There was a chance there where Perfectix was running away. Plenty of spray downs coming onto him. But Deez was just the man that said, I'm going to take this game. I'm going to put it into my control. I'm going to play this how I want to play it. And then hope my teammate's going to back him up. Because yes, they needed that revive to come through to bring everyone back up. But at the same time, PG18 needed to be oh so careful. Because if Deez went down there, it's game over.
And at the end of the day, and it's nothing against not taking away what Northern Lights in that game did in that whole game, but at the end of the day, they were too passive at the end. Because if Spire was really looking in the direction of Recurrent, he would have gotten that knockdown right at the end of the day, but he wasn't. And he allowed these. And maybe it was just in the moment that miscommunication, right? Because we can see sometimes we don't know what they're saying on voice chat. We don't know what the communication can be at times. And sometimes when you're in the heat of the moment, the words don't, and the call outs just doesn't come out the way it needs to. And yeah, Northern Lights had a fantastic game, but just in the end, couldn't find a final blow into PG18.
Yeah, so look at these last bits here. We'll wait till Tempers are just taken out of it. And then we get into the final 2 teams being left alive. So Wookie gets found. And this is where it gets awkward. So Perfectix manages to get this done, spraying away. First knock comes in, but then Deez just continually hunts him down. You see, OK Bro was hoping that he may be able to get a res in there, but this is the smart play because Spiro was just well unaware of what was going on at the time. He was completely under pressure, just didn't know where to look or where to turn. And sometimes that's just the way it goes down. But couple of teams with 0 points, both Moops and Last Crew, the ones that were trying so hard to work their way up. Good games coming out on a wrangle, but not so ideal for the starter here on Miramar.
You know what's hilarious? It's deja vu for Last Crew. Because yesterday, they got the first chicken dinner. In the next couple of games, they got very low points. Today, first game, chicken dinner. Next game, 0 points.
Yeah, and they had Last Crew for the second wrangle game. It said, yeah, this is just tough for them. Could be the difference between making it and not making it. But better luck next time. Still able to get 6 points on the board. 9 for Milky Way, 9 for Tempest. Airstation Mike even walking away with 10, which is respectable considering you had 2 players. But when I say you just had 2 players alive, we've seen people have success. I've seen people win games with 2 players alive. But the difference here for Airstation Mike is they had 4 different teams trying to attack them over and over again. It just was non-stop for them.
Oh man! And even in that firefight, they only had 3 members up, right? And then they did lose fEJK later on in the game. But Clive, Tempest, 855 damage, followed by iZoom and DB. And look, it was just such a mixed bag. At the end of the day, D's getting 6 kills. 3 of those were at the end. I might add you. I might add. So he had 3 kills up until that point. but getting that final kills at the end gets the job done.
There are only 2 more games, Cormac.
Don't remind me, man.
2 more games. That is what it's going to come down to. PG18 desperately needed these additional 18 points to ensure that InsideGames don't take that first place away. Maybe what PG18 do is like, oh, we're not under pressure, we're fine. And they realize, well, wait a second, points getting close now. All right, let's play again, boys. Let's up the level again.
And like on one hand, I'm really happy they've got another chicken dinner, but then on the other hand, it's like now they've got 3 chicken dinners, so kind of it doesn't take away from the fact that they're being super consistent, but it kind of takes away the fact that like chicken dinners aren't
they weren't doing it.
Thing, you know what I mean?
Chicken dinners are always important. The chicken dinners aren't important, the ones where you don't get a massive amount of kills alongside of it. I just think it's more important to always be any position within the top 8 and have that across the. If you're a team that can have over 60-70% of games within the top 8. You're living the dream. Maybe you're not going to sit first place the whole time. Yes, you're not getting all the chicken dinners, but I think we put too much weight on chicken dinners where you can really do great success by having a good balance between all of it. And I think that's what it comes down to. But it also depends on your style of play as well for each individual team. But we will see how the teams get on the next game of Miramar before we go on to the final game for all of PUBG Europe Contenders on Sanhok. 2 more is all that remains. Come back with us very soon, guys. We'll see you after this break.